Greetings, citizens. Justiguy has just arrived.
Up and Adam troops, time to rise and shine!
We returned to 100 Line Last Defense Academy, and Takemaru got really hurt last night. I hope he's okay now. How did you like your breakfast, Takemaru? Was it good? I really like how everyone is so worried about him. Oh, it's my boy. Yeah, I guess. Takemaru, how about you and me do some training later? Yeah, I guess. Takemaru, is it cool if I punch you right in the face? Yeah, I guess. Okay, he is so not okay. Takemaru showed us his back earlier. His wounds were completely healed. Oh god, has he been Gi'd? Did the Gi do stuff like this? I don't think so. I was still worried. Hideko, I think we should call off our search for the box for now. I mean, with Takemaru in this condition and all. I understand, but there's one last place I'd like to try first. Have you got some kind of hunch? Yes, I just thought of it this morning. I want to at least check it out before we take any breaks. Will you come with me? See, this would have been a cool spot for a choice. Like, your worry over Takemaru could overpower, whatever. It's hard to tell with all this rubble, but this is where we found the shrine, isn't it? Yes, this might well be the place where Kako first opened the box.
Oh?
I should thank you for telling me about the old Invader legends. When I heard those, I got to thinking. The threat of the Boxes of Calamity was serious enough that the invaders saw a need to pass those stories on to later generations. Yeah, I guess so. That's why the legends are still around today. That being the case, maybe there's a warning where the box was kept, too. It's not a sure thing, but I think it's worth checking. Hey, that's actually smart. Very good. I think you're right. I just hope we find something this time. Hideko and I got to work sifting through the rubble in what was once the shrine grounds. And eventually... Here, I found a scroll! Good job. If it was kept here, there's a good chance it has some information we can use. I undid the string and unrolled the scroll. It was packed with strange writing I couldn't understand, although it did look just a little familiar.
Oh?
Good thing we know someone who can read this. Yeah, let's go ask him.
I see.
Did you find anything new? Sort of. This is definitely a document about the Box of Calamity. I'm sure of that much, but what? It's written in code. In code? Like a cipher? Yes. It's been deliberately made more complicated and difficult to read. Those rat bastards, they knew this would happen. Good. From hit cartoon Invader Zim. Good. Yes, good. If they went to all the trouble to keep this information secret, it must be important. It will probably take me several days to completely decipher it, though. I'm sorry. Go deal with Dasha or something. Don't worry about it. We know you're going to be doing your best. That's it. The faster you finish, the better. Hideko! I understand. I'll get it done as fast as I can. Thank you. We'll leave it with you then. This is progress, right? We can't say for sure until the scroll is deciphered. At the very least, it does feel like we have a chance to move things forward now. All because of you. Thanks, Hideko. No, because we were working with him before. I didn't really... what's the problem? I saw something streak across... I saw something streak across the sky just now. Huh? Oh. Was it one of those shooting star things?
Oh?
Perhaps it was gone before I really knew what I was looking at. So, are we still taking a break from looking for the box? I don't think searching blind will do us any good. Let's wait and see what the scroll says. Hideko and I went our separate ways and returned to our rooms. I had a feeling I was going to sleep well tonight for the first time. It felt like a very long, long time. Day 86. I must have been pretty tired from the last few days, because by the time I woke up, the sky was already sinking below the horizon. Hideko and I did manage to tell everyone about the scroll we found, though. And just like that, night fell and the day was at an end, and we're not gonna do this interesting Takemaru stuff. We're just gonna ignore it. Fine, be that way. Just as I was settling in for an early night, I heard it. That's Gaku's voice! I flew out the door like a bullet from a gun. That was a scream I heard. On the roof, I saw Hideko, Shoma, Tsubasa, and Nozomi. I looked around, and from the darkness it appeared. No. No. Why is he smiling? No. No, no, no. No.
What is this?
What's happening? No way!
Quiet. Don't talk. Just get your infusers and... Ugh! You idiot!
Ah, there it is. It always comes back to that fucking thing, huh?
He's looking right at me! Shit.
Takemaru charged at him in a bizarre manner, clawing his way there on hands and feet.
Shoma!
Choma ran right into me first, then Hideko trying to escape and knocking us both off balance. Because of that, the one who ended up shoved to the front of the pack was Tsubasa.
Tsubasa!
Move, Tsubasa!
I frantically pushed toward the front, but couldn't make it in time. Takemaru ferociously charged toward Tsubasa, and for some inexplicable reason, even though Gaku literally just died and Tsubasa's about to get hurt, the fucking Revive-O-Matic will do nothing, right?
I'm sorry, Takemaru!
And in the next instant... Oh, did she make the bombs? The receiver? That is not the sound you're supposed to make, Takumi!
Huh?
What was...
Well, that sucks.
Takemaru's body just... blew up?
Tsubasa? Did you?
Yeah, I blew him up. You? But how with this?
A remote control?
I made it from Sire and Nigo's disassembled body.
Well, that did have to go
This
somewhere.
remote has a switch to activate the bombs implanted in our bodies.
Okay, now why isn't the Revive-O-Matic coming? Because what usually, like, the whole crux of this entire game is like the inciting incident, kinda, was Eito getting blown up and the Revive-O-Matic immediately saving him after he killed C-Ray. So surely, I mean, I guess this isn't... Does it work with the Gi? I don't know.
I made it without knowing if I'd ever need it. But I never imagined I'd have to use it. Like this.
It's kind of fucked up that she just did that on her own. Like, that would be an interesting thing to study, you know, and talk about.
And you walk around with something like that on you?
Then perhaps the most dangerous one among
Right?
us is Tsubasa.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Takemaru! I'm sorry!
Wait, what about Gaku? We rushed over to the fallen Gaku to check his condition, and we knew immediately that he'd lost too much blood to be... Fuck off! Fuck off! No! Shit, now even Gaku. Hey, what do you suppose that is? What? Yuko was staring at Takemaru's body, or rather, what was left of his head. My eyes followed her gaze. There, nestled amongst the brain matter, amongst the strewn bits of flesh, I saw what she was talking about.
What is that?
It's moving. Does that mean it's alive?
It's
I
alive!
can only guess that it was inside Takemaru's head.
So does she not know what it is yet?
And that would explain why he acted the way he did.
So it's some kind of parasite?
We can't say for sure.
Maybe everything that's happened up until now is because of that.
But why was it in Takemaru's head?
It could have possessed him while he was out searching.
We still don't know anything for certain.
Yeah,
Except for one thing.
why don't you kill it first?
We can't let it live. So,
With that, Hideko marched over to the strange creature. and stomped on it with all her might. The creature let out an eerie death cry, and before long it stopped moving. But did he just happen to find one of these, or are these the things? Were these just in the fucking boxes of blessings? And or calamity? And if so, what the hell does that have to do with the fucking doll? Because at the very least, even if it doesn't have to be consistent with other roots, like if the Gi's origins are different from root to root, at the very least, which would coincide with the whole parallel universe thing being a thing, the doll is in this root. So this universe, I don't know. My team's certainly looking a lot smaller now. You don't have to be so mean about it. I'm just stating the truth. And honestly, I'm ashamed that I've allowed the killer to run free for so long. But we stopped Takemaru, or whatever was possessing him at least. That doesn't mean this is over. Takemaru only started acting strangely on day 84. Before that, he never displayed any unusual behavior. I know this because I study him deeply, constantly. If he were behind the other murders, it wouldn't make sense for him to start breaking down all of a sudden. Furthermore, he used the sheer brute force. It was nothing like the other methods of killing we've seen thus far. Are you saying what I think you're saying? I am still not 100% certain. We'll come back to this later. The scroll we found should give us some answers. There's no use speculating about it now. Either way, I think it's too soon to say that the killer is finally out of the picture. Hey, Hiroko, why'd you ask us to meet up in the courtyard anyway? To bury them, right? Because we're about to get a visitor. Visitor? We all followed Hiroko's gaze. Sure enough, there was an indistinct figure in the distance, getting closer and closer. Okay, so she does know Dasha.
God of the planet, hear my plea and lend me thy strength. Blood of my bond, release!
Here's Dasha! I'm an old-fashioned man. I'm Dasha, the Paragon of Warfare first.
I am Dasha.
Or does he not say that line in this? He might not say this line. Damn it. Overthinking it.
I need to fight someone to understand what they're about.
To battle!
Take up your arms. Show me just who you really are.
Commander, but you said Veshtas was the only one left, Takumi. I thought she was. I've never seen this guy before. There aren't any other invaders around either. Hiroko, how did you know he was coming? Women's intuition. For real? Just get ready. We need to fight him. Rallying us together, Hiroko handed us our infusers, which she just so happened to have brought along. Ooh, we're gonna do it outside? Oh, that's fun. That's new. Maybe not new, but it's a rarity. Man. We finally got rid of Gaku, but we lost Takemaru. That's not a fair trade at all. I never noticed. Even Shoma's eyes. I guess I'm sure I've noticed, but I haven't really paid attention. That Shoma's eyes has the little rings in it. That's nice.
Now, let us begin.
Keep up the good work, everyone.
Okay, so this is just gonna be nothing again, huh? Cool. Love it.
That's all.
Really?
What do we do?
It's all right. I'll do something about him.
We're definitely...
I see, but not enough.
Are we gonna get an explanation for my word, or is it really just... I guess it's just him being disappointed.
Not likely.
What a What does... You're unable...
Didn't you come?
I told defeat. I shall leave. What disturbs all of you so? You're unable to concentrate on the battle at hand, worried by this and that. It was hardly even worth fighting you. I told you, I want to know you. I told you, I want to know you. I shall leave.
What?
I will return soon, and I will not return alone. I will bring those repugnant combat organisms with me. I won't retire as early as I've done today. I suggest you reevaluate your...
In this route, can we at least... And with that, Dalshaw calmly took his leave, passed the wall of fire. In other words, he spared us. And... Battle results. Huzzah. Oh god, really? Alright, So, why have you called us all together? Did you learn something new? Yes, I finished deciphering the scroll you brought me. Really? Wow, good job getting it done so fast. If you wanted all of us present for this, I'm assuming it has something to do with the other incidents as well. I think so. I'll do my best to explain everything. This could take a while, so I'd be grateful if you could hold any questions until the end. Alright, everyone, go get a drink. We won't get anywhere if we have to stop and discuss everything that seems strange. Also, it was quite an old document, but I wasn't able to preserve the archaic feel of the language in my translation. I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't think we really need that. Please, just tell us what it says. Okay, here I go. The scroll contained a legend passed down in this region about a certain life form. They arrived on the planet a long, long time ago inside a flaming meteor. It crashed near a small village, and all the villagers came to investigate it. At the crash site, they found 2 gleaming, opalescent orbs. The villagers considered these a gift from God. They took them back to the village and enshrined them. Sometime later, the priestess in charge of the shrine began acting strangely. It was as if she was possessed by something. Night after night, she would go into a violent rage, killing her fellow villagers. Not only that, her victims rose from the dead and joined her in her killing spree. The massacre went on until the village was almost completely wiped out. Only a single solitary child remained. This child ran to the neighboring village, begging for their help. The people took up arms and marched on the village where the mad priestess dwelt. None of them returned alive. In fact, they returned as possessed walking corpses, attacking both their own village and others nearby, adding to the body count even more. The destruction spread like a plague until word of it reached the capital. Authorities dispatched seasoned warriors who made short work of the inexperienced villagers. During this campaign, a possessed living person and a possessed corpse were captured and brought back to the capital. There they were dissected and analyzed by high-ranking holy men. They were surprised to find a strange creature living inside the heads of the possessed. Government officials and ministers all called for the extermination of these repulsive beasts. But the holy men saw things differently. These creatures have brought calamity on us, this much is true. They have taken control of villagers, both living and dead, and driven them to do horrible things. But these too are God's creations. They may have been sent here as divine punishment for our impious ways. Killing them would constitute a crime against the Almighty. The matter was brought before the Emperor, who allowed the creatures to live. He also ordered that their biology be investigated further to prevent similar tragedies and explore the possibility of using them to the nation's advantage. Okay, so this kind of contradicts Futuran lore we know of from other routes, because I feel like there was supposedly never a real war before. I don't know, but whatever. Again, parallel universes. Also, you will note they are using phrases like emperor and nation and holy men. You know, they're being clever to sidestep the fact that, again, this is an alien planet. Thus, the two creatures were spared. It came to be known as Gi, based on the peculiar screeching sound they made. By the time the government's research bore fruit, the Gi numbered 64 in total. But it was felt that having too many of them around would likely result in another tragedy. The researchers carried out a cull, leaving only 6 alive, each of which was sealed away inside a small box. These boxes were enshrined in different locations all around the land. And I guess this would then mean at some point one of them accidentally got opened at that one... I guess 2 of them in the right, I think we know... Alright, I'm putting things together. So I think we know from the Blessings route, there was one base where a couple of them were. Which would presumably be the 2 that, in a different route... In the route where Gaku and Danami brought them back, those would be those 2. So... I don't know, I'm just... that's more or less the chronology of the events described in the scroll. Is that what that thing we saw was? Something that possesses people and drives them to kill. It fits the description. The boxes they were sealed in must be the boxes of Calamity, right? Do you have any other information about these creatures? But why then, unless it's just that this happened way, way, way earlier, and then something else got sealed in the boxes of Blessings, I'm guessing? Presumably. Do you have any other information about these creatures? Just a moment. Apart from the initial episode with the Gi, the scroll also recorded what the people of the time learned from their research. I'll take you through the main points. Gi are parasitic creatures with a societal structure based around multiple males serving a small number of egg-laying queens. Both males and females can control other organisms, but females exclusively possess meat-eating creatures, never herbivores. The males can't possess living animals at all. They only attach themselves to corpses. This next part pertains to the Gi queen. When a queen finds a suitable host, it uses its tentacles to enter it through the mouth. From there, it travels through the nasal cavity and into the brain. Once it settles in, it can no longer switch to another host. The queen extends its tentacles into the host's brain tissue, allowing it to influence their behavior. It can even access the host's knowledge and memories to some extent. On their own, Gi are simple creatures, but bonding with another creature lets them considerably augment their intelligence. The queen's goal is to provide corpses for the other queens to lay eggs in, producing more males. In other words, the killing spree that Gi hosts go on is to create a suitable breeding ground. The more corpses, the more eggs the queens can lay, the more males they'll have to serve them. They can keep this up generation after generation in an endless cycle of killing. Now, about the Gi males. When the eggs laid in corpses hatch, the male larvae emerge. Each of them seeks out another corpse and attaches themselves to its brain. Crawling over it allows them to stimulate the nervous system and reanimate their host. And of course, once they have a host, they make it kill other creatures to create more breeding grounds. In that sense, they're just like the queens. They kill endlessly and indiscriminately. The main difference is that males can't control their hosts for very long. They're possessing corpses after all, creatures that are already dead and decayed. The larvae then become pupa and leave their hosts once they reach full maturity. Because they resemble flying insects, they inevitably get eaten by small animals like frogs and birds. Which would then tell us why they hungered for frogs and birds. Once they reach the stomach, they release sperm into it. The Gi sperm is incredibly resilient and won't be killed or dissolved by stomach acid. Then those birds and frogs are eaten by a queen's host. In this way, it gains access to the sperm and is able to fertilize its eggs. This is also the time that it lays an egg that will hatch it to the next queen. Finally, the queen enters its spawning phase. It leaves its host's body, killing them. It spends the last moments of its life desperately laying male eggs in the corpses prepared for it by the males and other queens. It does this over and 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 over again until it has used all its strength and dies. Eventually, the egg it left behind in its previous host hatches into a new queen. That queen seeks out a new host, enters through its mouth, takes over its brain, and the cycle begins anew. That's all I was able to find out. You found out a fucking lot. That was totally gross. Just hearing about it made me queasy. Parasites, huh? It would explain everything that's happened, wouldn't it? So are we supposed to do this one? Not quote-unquote supposed to do this one first, so then... Well, there's been at least... I don't think... Has Nozomi been talking about frogs in this route? We know, presumably Kako was, and anyway, it would explain everything that's happened, wouldn't it? At the very least, nothing in this document contradicts what we've experienced. Wait, I'm still confused. This is a lot to take in all at once. Would it help if I recapped it? Bee queens possess other organisms and make them kill. Other queens then lay eggs in the corpses. Bee males only possess corpses, so they also drive their hosts to kill, but they can't control them for as long. Queens are able to access the memories and knowledge of their hosts. Once a queen bonds with the host, it stays with it for nearly the rest of its life. Those are basically all the important parts. I guess we know what was inside the box of calamity now. So then Takemaru got possessed by one of these things and it made him carry out all these murders? No, remember, we found out what we found out when we examined his body. The parasite hadn't been inside him for all that long. Only a few days, I'd say since day 80 at the earliest. But then that can only mean one thing. Yes, it's the only explanation. One of us is still possessed by a Gi parasite. We'll have to come up with a plan of action. First of all, wait a minute. What's wrong, Takumi? We only just found out these Gi things exist. I don't think any of us have fully processed that information yet. Not even you. We're all shaken. We're all confused. If you try to discuss things as we are now, we're just going to go around in circles. I say we call it a day here. Even if one of us is possessed by a Gi, that means the other three are still our friends. If we start getting paranoid and accusing each other, the Special Defense Unit could completely fall apart. You're far too soft-hearted as usual, but with so few of us left, I suppose unity is going to be important. Let's all agree to keep our distances from each other today. If anyone tries to get close to you, scream. In the meantime, think over everything that's happened and what we can do from here. Can you all do that for me? Right. I understand. In that case, I'm gonna grab some food and hole up in my room for the day. Thanks for all your help with the scroll. I think we finally have a chance of catching the killer now. I'm glad I could... Oops. I'm glad I could help. I'll try to keep an eye out for any potential danger, too. Thanks. Okay, everyone, that's all for today. The meeting broke up, and we all went our separate ways. Where would we find ourselves? I don't know, for you see. For now, I'm afraid this is going to have to be farewell.